Hey everybody, welcome back to Florida. It's Jen, and today I'm going to show you how to make fried Philly cheesesteaks. These are a family favorite. We're going to start with a flour tortilla dough that we home make. We have 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking powder, and 1 tablespoon of vegetable shortening. This is the buttered flavored vegetable shortening. You can use regular. Stuck to my finger. Okay, we're going to coarse crumb that in, meaning you're going to incorporate the shortening with the flour until it combines into the dough. I'm using a little whisk here because it actually helps a lot better than a fork. So we'll just get that mixed in. Now that we have the shortening all cut into the flour, we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of warm water, and we're going to get that all mixed in until it forms a ball. After we get this all incorporated, we're going to start slicing up our 2-pound London broil, because the dough has to rest for approximately 15 minutes. We're going to cover it and let it rest for 15 minutes, and then start cutting our meat. We've got it all sliced up small. Move this over a little bit. I guess we'll have to use the surface too. We're going to take it now, slice it in half again, then just turn it and cube it in these bite-sized little cubes. So we're going to get this meat all cubed up. Now that we have all of our meat chopped up into the bite-sized little cubes, we're going to add a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper. Sprinkle that on. I have a tablespoon of ground cumin, or cumin as my mother-in-law would say. I put that on. Oops, lift a little bit. And I have here 3 whole cloves of garlic diced. I'm just going to basically rub it into the meat. Oops. Overboard. You can smell that cumin. It's just so smoky, and it gives the meat such depth, especially beef. To the meat, we are going to fry in. I have 3 whole jalapenos. I've taken them and cut the tops off, pulled the vein out, pulled the seeds out, and I'm going to basically slice and dice like we would a bell pepper. This gives it just a little extra kick. We're going to fry this right in with the meat. So I'm going to dice these all up. Go ahead and add them in with the meat. I found at the store, instead of, I was going to purchase a regular, bag of onions or yellow onions or the red onions. I like to cook with those also. I found these baby Valdelia onions. They're the cutest little things ever. So I decided I'm going to use those in my dish today. Alright, we're going to add these in. Now, time for the onion. These are going to cook down with the meat, so you don't have to do them very small. I like to do them a little thin so that way it gives it that nice texture. Nothing like onion and Philly cheesesteaks, especially these fried Philly cheesesteaks. We have our pan heated up. We're going to go ahead and dump in our meat, peppers, and onions. As soon as they hit the pan, you can just smell it. Let that start going. Oh, it just smells amazing. fried Philly cheesesteak, we are going to be using a whole 8-ounce package of Philadelphia cream cheese. Have it cubed up here, getting room temperature. Once the meat browns, we're going to add this into the meat and stir it around until it melts. It's going to brown out 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes. The meat has browned. Most of the juice is absorbed. Lost the pepper. We're going to add in our 8-ounce packet of cream cheese that I've cubed and it's become soft. We're going to go ahead and turn the heat off because we're going to let it sit. Go ahead and add that in. And let it melt all into that steak and onions and jalapenos. It's going to create this gravy almost. Cheesy. Cream cheesy gravy. Okay. Cream cheese is pretty much incorporated in. We're going to go ahead and let this sit and kind of cool off just a little bit because we're going to have to touch it and roll it in our little tortillas here in a minute. Okay. A little block. Alright, so we're going to take the meat off of the stove. Go ahead and put it in a bowl. That way it cools off a little bit faster. It's time to make our little tortillas. Divide this into equal pieces. I get 16 pieces out of this amount. So we'll go 2, and we'll just keep dividing it out. So you just want to make a ball. Go ahead and pre-squish it a little bit and get it down on your board. Take your rolling pin, and we're going to go roll once, turn. You just turn it every time you roll it, and then you get almost a perfect circle. That's the trick, is to keep flipping it. Then we're going to scoop our filling right on, get them a little bit more, right onto the tortilla. I have my pan heating up, just some vegetable oil in a pan. You just fold that over and roll it up, because we are going to now that we have all of our Philly cheesesteaks rolled up, there's actually enough filling. If you want to double the batch of dough, you'll be able to use all of your filling. So you can take this filling, pop it in the freezer, or you can take it, roll it in a regular flour tortilla, or put it in between some bread and have a chopped cheesesteak. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and take these over to the fryer and get them. We have our oil heated up. We're going to go ahead and fry these. We're going to fry them in 2 batches. You're going to pop them in there pretty quickly, so that way they get done in about the same amount of time. Oh, that one might bust open. Had a little pocket. Woo! Nice and hot. You just want to get them golden brown and go ahead and start turning them. They look awesome. Give them a nice little flip. This only really takes a couple minutes and they're done. Flip them. We're going to put them on a paper towel so some of the oil drains off of them. Go ahead and get them out. Look at the cream cheese, it's oozing out. Now that we have our fried Philly cheesesteaks complete, we're going to go ahead and plate them up. Just take a couple, appetizer style, sprinkle it with a little green onion. I'm serving mine with some ranch. You can see the cream cheese and the Philly cheesesteak. Give it a little taste. A little tempting. Alright, cream cheese on my mouth. Delicious.